didn't even see you there. I was just getting ready to cook my favorite Thanksgiving dish, a classic in every American home, smoked trout tartare with horseradish and dill. It's a really simple and easy dish. All you need is smoked trout, skinned and trimmed, minced red onion, capers, dill weed. Nope. Okay, this'll work. Sure. Okay, instead we're going to be making the equally elegant hand-breaded poulet d'extinct mammal. For this dish, you're going to need dinosaur-shaped chicken nuggets, ketchup, non-stick cooking spray, and broccoli if you want for garnish. So the first step is you're going to want to grease your pan with a non-stick cooking spray. I'm using Pam, and this is a very complicated process, so you're going to want to watch this carefully. You're just going to want to spray it like, okay. After that grueling step comes a much easier one, which is you have to just put the chicken nuggets onto your pan. And you want to make sure that they're not touching each other because that's disgusting. And just put them like so. Once you've separated your extinct reptilians, you're going to want to heat your oven to about 350 degrees. And then you're going to put this in there for about 9 to 11 minutes or until golden crispy brown. Yes, it's ready. Whenever they're done cooking, you're going to take them out of the oven and they're going to look a little something like this. So for this dish, in order to honor Thanksgiving, which as we know is a deeply historically accurate holiday, we're going to arrange these dinosaurs to portray another historically accurate moment in history, the meteor. So you're going to want to arrange these dinosaurs laying down dead. Then we're going to take our broccoli that I mentioned earlier and we're going to make them into like little trees. They can be fallen down trees. And then to make this dish as festive as possible for family gatherings, we're going to cut the chickens a little bit to create the effect that maybe a tree fell on them or something. Now, for effect and flavor, we're going to add some ketchup as the blood. Now, here's a little presentation I threw together in like 2 or 3 minutes or whatever, but I can guarantee you that these dead, bloody chicken dinos will leave your family coming back for more every year, whether you want them to or not.
Oh hey, I was just about to make biscuits for Thanksgiving. It's one of my favorite things to eat. Well, besides stuffing or mac and cheese, but Jackson stole that idea, so I couldn't do it today. So, for biscuits, it's not that hard to make. You just gotta know the techniques, okay? It's not that hard. So, here's what you'll need. Measuring cups, or measuring spoons, a biscuit cutter, a bowl to mix it all in, half a cup of unsalted butter. Or salted, I don't think it matters. Salt, because you need more. 2 cups of all-purpose flour. Baking powder. Sugar. And then lastly, milk. All right, now that we got the ingredients out of the way, here is how we'll do this. Let's first start by preheating the oven to 425. The first step for making the biscuits will be to mix your dry ingredients. First, you'll get a bowl. Next, you're gonna get 2 cups of all-purpose flour. That's 1 cup, 2 cups, a half. You get your tablespoon of baking powder. You'll get 2 teaspoons of granulated sugar, or white sugar, whatever, same thing. And finally, for the dry ingredients, you'll get your half teaspoon of salt. After you've got everything in the bowl, all the dry ingredients in the bowl, you'll whisk it all together. Here's when things will start to get difficult. We're next gonna want to grate the butter into the mix. Now, after you've grated the butter into the dry mix, we're gonna fold the butter into the flour with our hand. For our next step, we'll get about a cup of milk. After you've got your milk, you're gonna wanna pour it into the dry mix. And once you've poured the milk, you're gonna wanna stir it in with a fork. Let's pour our dough onto our floured mat. So it's good if it's a little bit crumbly. And then we're gonna fold it into a rectangle. Now that our dough is ready, we're gonna wanna take a biscuit cutter and just cut these into little circles. Next, with your prepared biscuits, you're gonna wanna put them onto a lined baking sheet. Not separating them too far apart, but not too close either. The final step before you put them in the oven is gonna baste them or coat them with milk. Now you're going to want to put your coated biscuits into your preheated oven. So there you have it, biscuits by Drew.
We gotta let our pot come to a boil. So you place the pot with water over the flames, and you let it sit there until it boils. Put some salt into your boiling water. Hey, don't want to put a lot, just enough to, get that flavor in there. Water from the flames, just take it off, put it to the side, open your box of potatoes, mashed potatoes, and pour it into the bowl. Now don't put the whole thing in there, just put half the box. Add the boiling salt water to the mashed potatoes. You want to stir until it gets all milky and mushy. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And you are done. Oh my God.
Hello and welcome to our cooking house of horrors, where we are going to be cooking a delicious, horrifying turkey cupcake. And here's my assistant robot.
What? I have a name, you know.
I know, but I don't really care all too much. And let's get to the cooking.
First, preheat your oven to 350 degrees. So by the time you're done, you can put them in the oven and the oven's already warm. First, you are going to want to have 3/4 cup of all-purpose flour, 1/2 cup of unsweetened natural cocoa powder, 3/4 teaspoon baking powder, 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda, and 1/4 teaspoon of salt.
And by the way, you can put them in any order you want.
Then you want to mix it thoroughly until it's a nice brown, then switch it over to another bowl.
Now for the moist ingredients. First, you'll want to take 2 large eggs at room temperature and crack them into a bowl. Then, after that, you'll want to pour in 2 teaspoons of pure vanilla extract.
Only half the milk whenever you pour it in.
Good point. Then, you'll want to take 1/3 the cup of vegetable oil, 1/2 cup of granulated sugar. Then, after that, 1/2 cup of packed light brown sugar. Now, mix up all the ingredients. Then, when you're done mixing, pour it into the other bowl and add 1/4 the cup of buttermilk at room temperature, or add half the milk we've already prepared. Then continue to mix. Then after mixing that for a while, you want to pour in the rest of the milk and then continue stirring. Then you'll want to get a cupcake pan with all your wrappings and your duck of choice. Or, well, whatever you want to pour with. Now, take your duck and fill in the holes, but only halfway because they rise. Now, after you're done, you want to ice the cupcakes. Then, to make it look like a turkey, you gotta get the Reese's out, as we will be using it for the head. Then, there's some eyeballs you can get from any store that you can put onto them. So then you add a bit more icing on top of the Reese's for the eyes to stick, and then you also get some M&Ms, and you can cut an orange one in half to get the beak, and then you can use a few other colors to get the rest of the look of the turkey. And thank you for watching.
Hello, we are going to be making pumpkin pie. Hope you like it. First, we need to preheat the oven to 450 degrees, but my sister already did that before recording this, so everything you see here is going to be used in the pie, and we will learn how much we use in each one in the next scene. Let's go. First, we need 1/4 teaspoon of ground nutmeg. Then we need 1/4 teaspoon of ginger. And this is just a personal preference of mine, but then we add 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. Then we add 2 tablespoons of brown sugar. Finally, 1 tablespoon of almond flour. And then we mix it up. And now it is time for the wet ingredients. A can of pumpkin. We need 1 egg, and a half cup of milk. Mix it all together. Good. Now we put our wet ingredients into the dry ingredients. And then we mix them together. Look at that. Pour this whole thing, our pumpkin mix, into here. Now, we just put the pie in the oven for 30 to 35 minutes, and we will have pumpkin. Now, it may not look that good, but I'm telling you, this pie is gonna be amazing. Anyway, enjoy your pumpkin pie.